Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing this fine afternoon? Manisikia, I hope?
Yes, yes.
So David, unanisikia? Na Martin?
Yes, nakusikia.
So welcome to the meeting. My name is Eugene. I'm here with Boris Olilo, and we will be walking you through Zoom meetings. This is a student module, and we'll be looking at some of the things that you probably need to be aware of, some of the things we need to prepare you for, in order for you to use Zoom as a student, and also in your various uses in your clubs, if you're having group meetings and whatnot.
Win. Yeah, kwani.
So we're going to give people 1 more minute to come in. The meeting was scheduled for 1:45, so let's give them a few more minutes. Just 1 more minute, sorry.
Don't speak.
Okay, I think we can continue. The meeting was scheduled for 1:45. It is now 1:46 p.m. I believe we've given people ample time to join the meeting. They'll keep joining as we go along, but it would be prudent that we begin the meeting and continue with it as we await other people. For those of you who are here on time, thank you very much. We appreciate you keeping time. It's a very important fundamental part of learning online. If we set times, it is important that we show up on time. Okay, so just to begin this conversation, these are difficult times for everyone. Unfortunately, we all closed the institution of learnings and our businesses and etc. A little abruptly due to this COVID-19 pandemic. It's an unfortunate time where contacts between people could mean the death or loss of life of people. So as a university and as people in general, we have to adapt to this new playing field. The effects of this are far-reaching, and I believe with the kind of training that we have been receiving of late, we are capable of doing so much more. We're capable of actually trying to continue. Winnie. Winnie, please mute your microphone.
Okay, mute your microphone.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so like I was saying, these are trying times for all of us, and I believe that we are capable of trying to restore some kind of normalcy with such exercises. Is COVID, with the way things are looking now and the way numbers are increasing daily, this might actually become a norm. So we need to figure out how to continue. As part of our process, Boris, Olilo, and myself have been tasked with basically walking you through the Zoom platform for meetings. I believe this is a healthy mixture of students and some faculty members. So, but this is mostly oriented towards the students and how you can best use Zoom for interacting with the faculty. So that is for learning purposes, for classes, and etc. And also for your own purposes. So if, for example, you've been given a group exercise, you can figure out how to meet on Zoom, figure out how to create meetings, and etc. And try to continue life. So for this session, Boris, could you please project the starting slide at least so we can begin. We're going to look at how to getting started with Zoom. The fact that you have logged in and have been able to get this far means it bodes well. It means that at least we are tech savvy in some way. We have some kind of smartphone. So at least the baseline is met. And we are capable of, at the very least, joining a meeting on the Zoom platform. So we're going to look at getting started on Zoom. That is how to sign up, how to download the Zoom client, how to schedule a class or a meeting, how to join a class or a meeting, which we have already done, but we will do a recap on it. And then we'll touch up on a few best practices for Zoom. Okay, so as you can see, I hope everyone can see the shared screen that is in front of us. That's getting started with Zoom. The first thing we have to realize is there are multiple ways we can interact or we can log into the Zoom platform. It primarily is for meetings, and it is accessible on multiple platforms, including desktop computers. So if you have a Macintosh computer in your house, if you have a Windows computer in your house, or Linux for that matter, I believe they have an app for that. You can get access to Zoom. On the other hand, for, I believe, the vast majority of us, if you have some kind of smartphone, whether Android using iOS or using the Microsoft, I don't know if they still have a Windows phone, but I believe it is accessible from all of these platforms. Now, unfortunately, most of us do not realize that there's an option of signing up or signing into Zoom, because when you're sent the link, like the one you received to join this meeting, you basically clicked on it, put in a name, and you were invited into the meeting. But there is a sign-up process that is involved, which I suggest you do. You can create a profile in the back end, and then have it always display as you join other Zoom meetings. So if you're joining, if you want to create a profile or you want to create an account with Zoom online, the first thing you do is you go to zoom.us on your browser. When the page opens up, it'll bring you to this menu bar, which on the top right-hand side, you will see a sign up, it's free button. That's right next to the sign in button. So if you're already signed up, if you already have a Zoom account, then you can click on the sign in button. On the other hand, if you're not, you have to click the sign up button, which would take you to this interface that we see here on step number 3, where you put in an email address, preferably your school or work email address. In this case, if you're a student, school email address. That is an email address that ends with @kafuko.ac.ke, and then you sign up to the platform. When you click sign up, It'll take you to step 4. Um, it'll take you to step 4, which basically, after you click sign up, it'll send you an email to your email account. Once it has done that, you will see a message inside of your inbox asking you to activate your account. Uh, please scroll up for us. Boris.
Yes, Eugene.
Please scroll up. Yes, yes. So now, as you can see here in step 4, we're still on step 4. Once you submit your email address, it'll send you an email to your account where you will see this blue activation button at the top, which asks you to activate your account. After you have done that, it will redirect you to step number 5, where you will be able to create a profile of your own. Now, as part of creating a profile, there is a form, as you can see here, which basically has your first name, your last name, your password, and your password information. Please make sure that you put in the correct details here for your first name and last name. Unfortunately, we have seen so many scenarios where people are logged in as the names of their mobile devices. So you'll see a Techno or an Oppo, and we all know that that is not your that's not your name. So please put in your first name and your last name at this section. After you're done with this, when you confirm, it'll take you to the next step, which is optional. And that is inviting people to join you in the Zoom platform. This is more of a marketing thing for Zoom, but it is not necessary for you. But on the other hand, if you know that there are friends of yours who could be interested in using the same platform and they might not know about it, you can put in their email address and send them an email. All right. After that, you are done with the sign-up process. It's a similar process whether you're using a mobile device, whether you're using a laptop. The sign-in or sign-up process is the same. So you could do it in whichever order. You could go online and create an account and then download the application, which I'm going to touch on next. Or you could download the application like we have done on our mobile devices, and then thereafter go on to log in. Now we're moving to step 2, which is downloading your Zoom client. So the easiest way to do this, if you're on a computer, is to go to zoom.us/downloads. At this point, you will find a blue button in the middle of the page written download the Zoom client. That's version, whatever version is the latest. Once you click on it, it will download an installer onto your machine, and it will run through the installation process up to the end. I hope that at least through the fundamentals of information technology class in, I believe that was in first year, you can install a basic application onto your machine. After this, you can thereafter do the sign-in process or the sign-up process, depending on how far you went with that. And essentially, you would have Zoom installed on your device. That is, if you're using a laptop. On the other hand, if you're using an Android device or an iOS device, an Apple phone, what you do is you go to the Play Store or App Store. You locate the Zoom application and download. Basically, go through the download process and installation process of the APK, and it'll be installed on your machine. Up till that point, that's been I believe that has been extremely straightforward and easy. The next steps, which Mr. Boris Olilo will take us through, involve how to schedule a meeting. This isn't just for faculty members or your teachers. It is also for you if you are, for example, if you're part of a club of some kind, you can continue operating by creating a meeting or something of the sort. If you have group assignments, you can do the same. Or in the most basic ways, if you want to check up on some of your classmates, you can create a Zoom call. So I am going to hand this over to Boris, who will continue from there, and then I will pick this up from the very last section where we will speak about etiquettes while you are doing these online sessions. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So as we proceed, I have a request. At the bottom of your screen, there is that tab of chat at the bottom of your screen. I would wish that as we continue, please type in your registration number on the chat and send it. So I want to believe by the time we'll be through, I'll be having registration number of each and every one of you who are part of the training. Now, let me take you through from where Eugene left. I want to believe all of you have signed up and you have accounts with Zoom. So if you have signed up with Zoom, if you open your app maybe on your phone or on desktop, this is the window that should appear on your screen. I want to believe everyone can see what is in my screen, where I have new meeting, join, schedule, and share screen. So if you've downloaded and you've signed in using your email address and the password that you've set for Zoom, if you sign in, this is what should appear on your screen. Now, from this point, let's say you wanted to schedule a meeting or a group discussion with your friends. So I will take you through various options through which you can use to schedule a meeting or a class. The first option is through the mobile app or the desktop app, the one which is on your screen right now. If you open it, you will see at the bottom where you have the calendar, there is schedule. That is where you schedule a meeting or a class, or if you want to have a group discussion, that is where you can schedule the meeting. So if you click on schedule, this is what will appear on your screen. And the first thing you need to give the topic of the meeting or class. If it is a discussion, give it a topic. The next, date and time. Set the date and time of the meeting. Like in this case, this one is 20th March 2020 at 1:30 p.m. So for your case, if you want to schedule a meeting, give it a topic, set date and time for the meeting. The next is about meeting ID. Once you've downloaded the app and signed up for Zoom, Zoom will automatically allocate you a default meeting ID. So you can decide to use the personal meeting ID that will be assigned by Zoom, or you can generate the meeting ID automatically. If you select on generate automatically, every time you'll be scheduling a meeting, you'll be having a unique meeting ID. Next is password. Like for this case, the link that I shared with you, there is a meeting ID at the bottom and a password at the bottom. So if you are scheduling a meeting, make sure you select this tab here for require meeting password. This one will enable you to set a password for your meeting so that at least you can control who can join and who cannot join your meeting. After you've done that, at the bottom, there is that tab, schedule, the blue tab at the bottom, schedule. then you shall have automatically scheduled meeting. The next option, option 2, is scheduling a meeting online. This one is now through your app, through your browser. I can give a demonstration on how to do that. You'll need to open your browser. Open your browser. Then just to go step by step, you go to this link, zoom.us/meeting. Open your browser, then type zoom.us/meeting. For my case, I had already logged in, so I'll need to log out first so that I can take you through. I will sign out. Now, if you go to zoom.us/meeting, it will open this window. And I want to believe at this point you had signed up for your account. So the first thing you need to do is to sign in using your email address and the password that you had set for Zoom. Now, to schedule a meeting, this one will not be possible if you have not signed up with Zoom and you have account with Zoom. So the first thing you need to do, which you are taken through by Eugene, is how to sign up for Zoom, and it is free. If you, on your top screen right, you'll see sign up and it is indicated it's free. So after you've keyed in your email address and password, then you sign in. When you sign in, you'll find at the top where you can schedule a meeting. So if you click on schedule a meeting, the requirements are just the same as from the mobile app or the desktop app. The first thing you need to do is to have a topic. If it is a discussion, give a topic of the discussion. If it is a class, just give it a topic. If it's just a normal meeting with your fellow students, just give it a topic and give a brief description. And this one is optional. Give a brief description of the meeting, set the date, set the time, and set the duration of the meeting. Now at the bottom here, you can see where you can generate automatically meeting ID, or you can use the personal ID. For my case, this is my personal meeting ID. And if I check on personal meeting ID, every time I'll be scheduling a meeting, the link will come up with this personal meeting ID that I have. Now, if you select on meeting password, you'll have to key in the password for your meeting. Yeah. Then after that, after you fill in the password, at the bottom, you'll find save. When you click on save, you shall have
Sorry for that. I believe we're seeing the wrong screen, but Boris has corrected it.
Okay. So I need to do this part again. I'm informed that you are not able to see what I was displaying at that time. So I've shared my browser. And on my browser, we go to zoom.us/meeting. At this point, I want to believe that you already have an account. Or if you don't have an account, you have to sign up, and it is free. So to sign in, if you already have an account, you just need to have your email address and the password for your Zoom account. Now, just a reminder, to sign in for Zoom, it is not your personal email, your student email and password that you are issued with at the university. You have to sign up for Zoom and create your own account. You don't need to just log in to Zoom through the email address direct. You have to create an account and create a password for your account. So once you sign in, at the top you can see you have scheduled a meeting. On scheduling a meeting, here you need the topic. Let's say it is a class. Let's assume it's a group. So if it is a group discussion, have your group and indicate, you will need to indicate the group. If your group has a name, let's say your group has a name, you'll need to indicate the name of the group and the topic of discussion. So after that, you'll give a description. Maybe you want to describe the group discussion, set the date and the time for the group discussion and give the duration. You'll have to give the duration of the meeting. If it will take 1 hour, like for now, if you are using the free Zoom, it will go to a maximum of 40 minutes. So if you are scheduling a class or a discussion, it will go for 40 minutes, it then disconnects, then you'll need to reconnect again. Then on meeting ID, I said you can generate automatically, or you can use a personal meeting ID. A personal meeting ID which you are assigned when you sign up for Zoom. Then you'll set the password. Set the password for the meeting. Then after that, you save. So once you save, that is all about scheduling through the browser or just scheduling online. Now, let me go back to the document I was sharing. So we've gone through how to schedule through the desktop app and how to schedule online. Now that is all about scheduling a meeting. How to join a class or a meeting, of which I want to believe all of you have made a step since you joined the training that we are having now. So there are various options. You can join through the meeting URL, of which in this case, the link that you are shared with us a meeting URL. It also has the meeting ID and the password. So to join through the meeting URL, all you need to do is to click on the URL that you shall have been shared with. If you click on the URL, it will open automatically. You will not need to indicate, you will not need to key in the meeting ID and the password again. So you just click on it and you open the Zoom app. Option 2 is joining using meeting ID. Using the meeting ID, the first thing you need to do is to open your app. If you start by opening your app through your phone or your desktop, you will go to join. Now this is if you signed up, you'll go to join. If you click on join, it will require you to key in the meeting ID. And after keying in the meeting ID, please write your official name. For instance, when you are having a class or when you are just having a discussion, it is important that you join using your official name. Now, when you're using your phone, after you've entered the meeting ID, at the bottom, you'll see where you have the phone name. So that is what you need to edit and indicate your official name. I want to believe as we are going on, you are sending in your registration numbers through the chat. So after you've joined, after you've entered the meeting ID, if you click on join, it will ask you to key in the password, the meeting password. Then is when you'll be allowed to join. Now, when I was explaining on how to schedule a meeting, after you've scheduled a meeting or a class, you will see this part here on the right, where we have Miss Smith, 5th something. Then there are some 3 dots after the meeting name. If you click on the 3 dots, that is where you will copy the link, the meeting link that you will share with your friends, your colleagues. So that is where you will copy the link and share it either through email or social media, whatever method you will decide to use, or even just an SMS. I think that is all you need to know on how to join a class or a meeting. So we've seen how to schedule a meeting. We've seen how to join a meeting.
Just as a point of note, if you have any questions, please, we're going to have a Q&A session at the end, at the very end after we're done. But then also you can have them streaming in the chat along with your IDs. Thank you.
Okay, maybe after that, at least we have now an idea how to download Zoom, how to sign up Zoom, how to join a meeting or a class, and how to schedule a meeting or a class. Now, I'll share another slides. I want to believe you can see what I'm sharing on my screen. Now, uses of Zoom. Where can you use Zoom? You can use Zoom with group members for projects and assignments. You can use Zoom to work on homework with classmates. You can use it as well to record a presentation. Like in this case, you can decide to record the presentation that you are having now. You can also use it to schedule online tutoring. You can use Zoom to host your personal meeting, club meetings, or just organizational meeting. You can also use Zoom to attend a regular class. Like in this case, I can say that we are now attending a class. On which devices can you use Zoom? You can use Zoom on your laptop or computer. And you can see this one is recommended, since when you use your laptop or computer, it is very simple to share documents or even programs from your computer. You can use it on a tablet. You can use a smartphone for Zoom, of which I want to believe quite a number of you are using smartphones now. What do you need to get started with Zoom? Like for this case, what did you need before? What were the requirements for you to connect to this class?